The arena's got some rewards with my name on them. And blast off! On Sargasso, you said you gave Ratchet the Dimensionator so that he could find the other Lombaxes. I never thought I'd meet one of us, much less find our home, if you can even call it that. Do you really think it would work?
No.
No? No!
Ratchet and Clank walked through. My speakers were on. That probably didn't get picked up. But anyway, we are here now on Blizar Prime. And in our continuing efforts to fix the universe and save it from collapsing, we have to collect, I think from here we're getting some kind of crystal that we can stick in a new Dimensionator. This is also where some of the worlds can tend to be a little bit confusing because we will start swapping between the dimensions.
No, but we can find intact phase quartz here. We should seek out the miners.
Indigenous creatures detected. Lockdown initiated.
Facility lockdown.
So as we saw and were explained to there, once we hit those crystals, we will switch between the bad broken dimension and the new somewhat functional one. And we'll also run into some enemies that I remember being very, very annoyed about in the previous Ratchet and Clank games. I can't remember which game had them. I want to say 3, but maybe all of them. I don't know. But I just remember there were some very, very annoying spots in the previous Ratchet and Clank games with those like pincher enemies. Those guys just did so much damage to you and were so hard to kill before they killed you. And it's funny how in this game they're basically pushovers. But anyway, there's a person here that we can talk to. Once it lets us, we kind of have to walk to the left near that stupid little, there we go, that triangle. And I don't know why I'm showing this. We're gonna hit the crystal and watch that scene.
Haven't you punished me enough? You stupid universe! No job, no phase quartz, no planet. What else do you want, huh? My mind? Fine, take it!
If it helps, I just found out there's another dimension where Blizar's still intact.
Still intact. How do you... Of course! The Blizon! If the planet hasn't been destroyed yet.
Alright, so
You know what she was talking about?
She must be a survivor of whatever happened.
man, there is a ton of NPC talking in this game. Alright, so we are now officially back in the horrible dimension where everything's all broken up. And we can also use our mag boots to jump from one magnetized surface to another. There's almost no gravity here, so your jumping's going to be a little floaty, and you can shoot those explosive boxes next to the regular boxes if you can actually aim, which I obviously can't. And you can get a couple of extra bolts from those if you wish, but I don't really think it's enough to spend too much time on. Like every Ratchet and Clank game, bolts are a little bit hard to come by early on, and by the end of it, you're just going to be swamped in infinite amounts of them. So we're going to get a couple of these robot enemies. Just try to kind of jump in a circle, don't really go left and right too quickly. Try to go in wide strafes, and you should be able to dodge them just fine. They're no big deal, and then we can try to jump over here on our direction to the next crystal. There is a craggy bear in the back here, I think, or it might be in the next dimension, but in this area there is a craggy bear if you want to search in the corners for it. And I'm not going to show it because I did not collect it yet. And we're going to activate the monitor, and that will open up our door, and then we can head to the mining hub. There's going to be an elevator that will... what's the word I'm even looking for? Oh, no, there isn't. Okay, so there's going to be some elevators that will automatically come to you, but not yet. We need to work our way to the left side here and destroy more of those enemies that, once again, were just super annoying in the other games. Like, there was one game that had a spy or infobot near the end of it, and it, or like near the end of the level area, and it just was swamped with tons of those weird pincher crab enemies. And in the other Ratchet and Clank games, unless you killed them from super far away, they just did so much dang damage to you. So, I don't know. I was kind of hoping they'd be really annoying in this game because that would mean I could hate them even more. But they're really no big deal. If we come to the left side, I think there's a golden bolt here. There's some kind of collectible over here. So this is optional, but it's just so on the way to where we're going anyway. I don't really see a reason in not showing it. So if we just kind of jump around the lava and climb up these cliff sides and destroy the one enemy that's behind us, we can see some rare Raritanium that we will get in a second. And there's a gold bolt. So I don't know if I've talked too much about them. I think I have, but I'll say it again. The gold bolts aren't super useful until you get enough of them because they will unlock unlimited ammo and unlimited health for you. And I don't think they even disable the achievements if you enable those. So a very casual type setting. I'm not really sure why that is, but hey, yeah, Ratchet and Clank's supposed to be fun, I guess, right? But sadly, there's no achievement for actually collecting all 25 bolts. So, I mean, if you're someone who doesn't want to have cheats enabled, then there's not really much point to collect them, unless you also like some of the cosmetic changes that they make. I'm not enabling any of the cosmetic changes, I just kind of want to keep things somewhat basic. I don't even have any armor pieces on for my characters. That's just kind of a me thing, though.
Bro, where are we? Who cares? Grab the Lombax!
More goons for less.
Alright, we meet the goons again. They warp on in and they're going to try to cause us some problems, but they're really no big deal. We've already fought some of these guys before. I'm not sure we've seen the ones riding these floating bikes yet, but they aren't really too strong now. And as I mentioned in my Sargasso, no, was it in Sargasso? Whatever my previous video was. I think it was Sargasso, whatever it was. Whatever the previous world was that I did. I mentioned in those videos that was really one of the harder planets, and afterwards the difficulty just seems to really take a nosedive, and the game isn't nearly as hard as it was there. So I got hit a bunch of times there. I'm still getting hit, and it kind of looks like there's a lot going on, but I'm just not really at risk of dying. And those floating goons guys, or the flying goons, they will send wave after wave of those electro beams at you. They're really easy to dodge. They're slow moving. They're spread apart. So they're not really a problem either. Once they're dead, we can go around and try to get some ammo, see if there's any other collectibles. Did I actually grab those Raritanium boxes that I said I was going to? I may have missed it. Maybe I did. But either way, we're going to step onto this platform here. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can start boosting as you get on the platform, and you can actually jump from the beginning of that place all the way to where we're going. And that means if you ever come back here and you don't want to wait on this platform, you don't have to. Even if the jump takes you like 2 or 3 tries, it's still going to be faster than waiting for the stupid platform to move. So once we get down here to the main mining camp itself, we can destroy some of these other boxes. I think there's also a shop that we can upgrade some of our weapons on, and then we can continue the story here.
Ah, this is the mining hub. Perhaps someone here can direct us to the drill. The chief engineer's survey station should be nearby.
You are just full of fun facts, huh?
Indeed. For example, the average miner spends 72% of their life underground.
Whoa, really?
No, but I would hate to bore you by running out of trivia.
Alright, so I've actually forgotten what we're supposed to be doing, so I'm just going to be kind of talking about nonsense until I remember. I don't think there's a whole lot more fighting we have to do yet. I think we're mostly just wandering around. And we do have to find the chief engineer, so there is Miss Zircon. I think I'm going to take a stop at her. I can't buy anything yet, so never mind. And then we're just going to take a look around. There's a lot of these crystals you can destroy. You can get some extra bolts from them if you want. The locals don't really seem to care too much if you're doing that. And then we can head on into this room.
The decorations here are slightly more colorful than in my dimension.
Bolts. Focus.
Oh, sorry.
You looking for the chief engineer? Use that safety lift to get to the site.
Thanks.
And we can take a ride on this platform and notice more of the dimensions are collapsing. So I think it's just a whole lot of NPC talking. I'm going to stop and I'll see you in the next video.
Must be the chief engineer. Hello?
Do you hear that?
No.
Voices. Haven't been hearing them for too long. Wherever the purple is, they are too. First the Quakes and the Blizar. Now this.
I don't hear anything. Except someone asking if you'll be drilling for phase court soon.
Not until I determine what's going on. For all we know, this whole drill site is haunted. That's why I sent my science bots out to scan the purple.
And?
I have to pick them up. And I know it's safe.